Hi, guys. Boomer here in California with Joe Norman. How are you?
Morning, guys. Good morning, good morning. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to mute this call. There we go.
Muted.
And Dan, you're on speaker, so why don't we just go right to you. Hold on, let me get the dings off of here. And Scott and Deanna, thank you for joining us. And Boomer, I'm going right over to you. Let's get some updates. I just spoke to Boomer a few minutes ago. We had some people there from our group and appreciate it. Rochelle and gang were there. And anyway, Dan, good morning. Good morning, Joe. And
hey, it's funny how everything works out. Let me tell you right now, there's probably a lot of people, have people that are plugged in and they may not even know that they're plugged in their group. We had some people that made some major decisions to go and advance the march on the business, man. I'll tell you what, our business is morphing like a butterfly, and I was staggered by the ability of people to overcome some of their challenges to get to the meetings and our level of understanding about what we're doing. Wouldn't you agree, Joe?
Yeah, absolutely. We're just seeing people actually have what I call an aha moment. You know, they were in, but they weren't in. And a lot of people are in, but they're not on a monthly plan. If you're not on a monthly plan, you're missing the entire foundation of what this is. This is a savings program, a savings club, and if you're not saving money, you're only hurting you. Everyone needs to be saving more money. I don't care who you are. And then Harold makes the special promotion that's been running for a couple cycles. It's permanent now. So now we can say to someone when they reach the moment of decision, yeah, this looks good, Joe. I'd like to do this, and you could set me up, and I understand all the fundamental and technical stuff. And even if they don't, they still need a monthly savings plan, and that's what we're leading with when we're approaching people, and that's what we're leading with in the PowerPoint presentation for our meetings, and it gets everybody on the same level. Not everyone understands the technical charts and all that, or the fundamentals. They don't watch TV enough to know, government's 15. Actually went over 15 trillion last night, Joe. Not everyone knows that, okay, but everyone can relate to savings or lack of. And people that don't have money, I'm going to tell you the reason why most people don't have money is they are poor savers. You hear from time to time, oh, did you hear about old Mrs. Smith, the old widow that finally passed away at age 95? Did you know that she had millions of dollars in the bank account? You would have never known that she was a teacher her whole life. How in the world did she do? She saved money. She was a saver. She was a good saver. And did you hear about Bill Smith that was a president of that major multi-corporation? He has a salary over $1 million a year. And he just passed away in a car accident, and he's broke. He left his family broke, and they're losing their house. Why did that happen, Joe? He's a horrible saver. He's a horrible saver. He's a spender. We are here to solve that problem. So when you sit down with a prospect, that's the first thing that you do, is you establish that 95% of the U.S. population doesn't even have a savings plan. What about you, Mary? What about you, Bill? Do you have a savings plan? And if you do, are you concerned about inflation eating away at it? And if you are concerned about either one, or you lack a savings plan, here we come to save the day. We are here to solve a problem. And then once we get them to the point where they're ready to enroll, Joe, now we are asking them if they are someone that's the elephant. They like the tusk, and the tusk is the business opportunity. Do you want to get started fast or you want to get started slow, Bill? Do you want to make a little or a lot, Bill? Well, Bill says, well, what do you mean? Well, if you're serious and you want to make a lot, you get started with the 500-euro plan. Why should I do that? Because you get paid 180% more money right out of the gate. Ask for the order. Ask for the 500. You'd be surprised if people understand why they should do that. They'll do it. They're going to do it, and they're going to move forward with that option because they're going to make 180% more money. Who wouldn't want to do that, Joe? And we're not asking them to spend a dime. All we're asking them to do is exchange money from their left pocket that's paper to money in their right pocket that's gold. No one spends a dime in our program. Only save it. So that's what we're moving forward with. Back to you, Joe.
I'm making notes. Hold on. Left pocket. There you go. That's what I want. That's what I wanted to hear. You know, it's funny.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's funny. Not funny, but peculiar funny. That a long time ago, Bob Safford always taught us, one of the greatest salesmen ever, in my opinion, that you guys probably don't know a lot about, but it's the Primerica days and the number 1 and 2 income earner in the company till this day. But he always taught us to say, do you want to get started on the fast plan or the slow plan? I mean, he always said that. That was his first question when he had the yes, we're moving forward. So let me ask you this question, Frank. Did you want to get started slow or would you like to grow fast? Now, obviously, we know the answer to that, and that's where we always move from. And then here's what you need to do in order to do that. And it's just amazing here that, you know, the same things are just taught. This is all basic, general, basic principles. Anyway, go ahead, Boomer.
You know, a lot of people made decisions. I woke up to a call this morning about, I got up late today. I got up at 7 o'clock. I woke up to a call and says, Dan, I have an appointment for you at 6 o'clock with the brother of the president of the country of Ecuador. Major decisions were made at the meeting tonight. I cannot amplify the fact that you have to get people to these meetings. I'm telling you, if you want to build a business or you want to just fade away in the dust, get people to the meetings. Do what you got to do. Pick up the phone and invite them to the meetings. And that's why we have 2 extra days here in LA, because we've got meetings scheduled. And you're smart. You're going to do it. Our whole mantra, our whole business model is evolving. And by the first of the year, you will see some major enhancements and changes that are coming. We expect them to happen in the first of the month of January, somewhere right there. Anyways, the gears are set in motion. Harold's vision. I always thought this was Mike O'Shea's vision. It wasn't. It was always Harold's vision. I got that confused. I'm excited, man. I tell you what, we got so much going on. I'm having a hard time with all the different means that people are trying to contact me. So if you are, please give the microchip nitwit a little bit of leeway.
Hey, I'm going to unlock somebody's line, much to her surprise. I'm going to bring you in, Cindy. Good morning. How are you? Cindy Belmonte.
Oh. Good morning.
I thought you'd want to say hello to these guys. You probably saw them already, but I wanted to just, I think I'm going to unlock a few other lines here, but I wanted to say good morning and thought you may have a few words.
Yes, well, thank you very much. What a pleasure to have the whole team there at Los Angeles Airport Hilton last night, and to get to shake hands and hug with our CEO and marketing director. I mean, it's just so incredible to meet face to face with everyone like that. And you know, the things that they shared with us that's upcoming for the future, with, you know, changing the name and just having, you know, just setting itself apart from everything else that's out there is so incredible, and I am really excited. And I want to thank all of them for all their time doing this whole trip for everybody, because next year it's not going to be 2 times or 5 times, it's going to be 10 times the amount of people.
Well, I have a great suggestion at this point, and if you second this, let's let Joe and Dan stay on the road for the next year, and we'll just send everybody to these meetings. I think that'll be a great idea. Why don't you guys stay on the road?
Yeah, I don't think my wife would like that.
To write you a check for you guys to travel for the rest of the year, and we'll just send everybody to all the meetings. Anyway. All right, well, look, I don't know if you guys need to go. I know you're on cell phones out there. I don't know if it means anything as far as... Good?
We have, I've got a couple of calls I need to make here in about 10 minutes, but we have a meeting also with a group of Chinese Forex traders today. Before the meeting with the brother of the president of Ecuador, and I'm going to tell you right now, man, I expect there's going to be more meetings. I know. Here, Joe. Tell him here. Tell him that. Okay.
All right. I didn't know whether we were going to release this information, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Fasten your seatbelt. We had a meeting yesterday with a gentleman that he's the brother of the president of American Express. Arnie Williams is the president of American Express. This is his little brother. His little brother was a multi-millionaire at age 19. Grew up poor. Didn't even have money for lunch money going to school. Was teased. His friends and people, schoolmates, just were brutal and cruel. And then he just kept building his determination that I'm going to be somebody. I'm going to follow the footsteps of my big brother, and I'll show them. Well, he did. He got involved in network marketing at 18, and by 19 he was a millionaire. He went on. He's 10 years. He's 29 now, and this guy was so successful with a couple nutritional companies. He's got 5 positions with 5 companies. All of them are spinning off 6-figure incomes. But he started a tools company. His company was instrumental in catapulting Mona V to who they are today. Also, his system, I can name several other companies, USANA and others, that his marketing system was the difference maker for those companies. Well, just to make a long story short, he is extremely financially intelligent. His brother, the president of American Express, was invited with an American Express being a financial institution is actually classified as a bank. And as a result, President Obama, a few months ago, invited all the presidents of the bank to his office to discuss the financial crisis, to get people's ideas on what they see, what they want to do, what they would propose, so on and so forth. Kind of a round table at the meeting of the financial minds of the country. Well, they all agreed on one thing, and that is that fiat currencies are toast. Our U.S. dollar, they are going to allow to be destroyed. What they ended up, the back half of the meeting, they were trying to discuss, where do we go from here? What do we use as a currency? And they could not come to any agreement. But this gentleman's brother that was at the meeting did say that they ended up talking the final few hours of the meeting about gold and how they could use gold, but they didn't have a system yet. So after the brother came back and talked to little brother about the meeting and all that stuff, this young man started looking at gold companies. He said, I've been in nutritional, but now I'm going to pick a gold company. He went out and he looked at Numis. He went out and he looked at all the companies out there in the industry, Bullion Vault, Gold Line, what's the new one? No.
What? Which
AGR, he looked at AGR, he looked at all of them, and he decided KB by far, he said, this is his words, not mine. No one's even close to having the full package and the potential. So he ended up contacting corporate. He ended up scheduling an appointment with Cheryl Ann, told Cheryl Ann that he's going to sell all his other businesses in network marketing.
Yes, 4 months he's been.
4 months he's been selling off his businesses. He says, I'm going all in with KB as an affiliate, and I'm also going to devote my entire studio and marketing company to KB's back end. Once you enroll someone, you're going to put them into my training system, which is going to train them in every language in the world, which is they're going to have KBTV, which is a live television channel that you can go to and watch any show you want to. You want to watch an entertainment comedy show, you can watch Big Boomer's channel. It's going to have Flem Chatelli on there. We're going to have all kinds of things there to, you want to learn about the comp plan, we'll have a channel for that. You want to learn about recruiting others, we'll have a channel for that. It's available 24/7, 365. And when we want to do a live event, say the Breakfast Club, we can do it on television, Joe. We want to do the Monday call. We're going to use this portal, this platform, and it's going to be on television. I'm telling you guys, this is all coming. It's the system. Maximilian has got the system already. Did it by faith. He's got it 70% finished. He said in 5 more weeks it should be ready to go. Let's set a target of the 1st of 2012. We're going to roll this system out. And I am going to tell you, we've seen it. He showed it to us yesterday. He showed it to all of us. It almost brought me to tears because I know that the calling behind this crusade is bigger than anything I've ever been involved in. It almost, and it does, I believe it has a divine inspiration. People are being called, systems are being called, all the components are being put together, and they're being called from the north and the south and the east and the west, and it's coming together. And it's going to be an alternative vehicle for people so they don't have to follow the masses that are going to be led to slaughter.
Right.
So we believe, and we held up the 1 bullion card. I just did the numbers this morning. The 1 bullion card from KB is worth $79.51. It's the equivalent of an $80 bill. We met with some very, very financially intelligent, high-powered people in Chicago and again in Vancouver, side meetings with them, and they made a statement and have made statements similar to what I'm about to say here. When I hold up that card and show it to them, they said, what's it worth today? And I said, it's worth $80 today. They said, you know what, in a year it could be worth $200 to $300 for a gram. And one of them said $800. So let's get in now. And every single person listening to this call, if you do not have a monthly savings plan, you're blowing it. You're blowing it for yourself. And most importantly, if you say you're serious about this business, your actions speak louder than your words. Your words may say I'm serious, but your actions say I'm not. Because here's the bottom line: how in the world can you expect anybody to do what you're not doing yourself? Period. Back to you, Joe.
Okay, Joe, I wanted to see if anybody had any questions here. 5-star on your telephone keypad very quickly. These guys have to really go, so I want to see if you had any questions pertaining to the meetings, pertaining to some advancements here with the company. Please keep these questions limited to those things, not to how do I run the back office? How do I look for this or that? You can get that from either Upline or going to mykbgold.us and find these things. Please keep it to that. Bill Peters, you are unmuted. Welcome.
Thanks, Joe. Joe Norman, real quick, our friend from American Express with his TV channel. Is it a live streaming computer-type channel, or is it a regular TV channel?
It's a live streaming internet television channel.
Okay, great. Then all of us probably ought to start looking at Roku or something like that to get ready for it. Just was wondering, that's great news. You guys are marvelous. Thanks for the work you're doing.
Hey, Bill Peters, thanks a million. And let's go to the next question. Ron Smith, again, keep our questions pertinent to what we're doing here today. So, Ron, welcome.
Yes, can you hear me?
We got you.
Yes, Big Boomer gave me a couple of websites, marketing websites, and I misplaced them. If I can get him possibly to repeat those new marketing websites, I think it was like KB Videos or KB Vision Videos or something like that.
Yeah, one is kbvisionvideos.com. One is kbvisionintro.com. And myhelpinghandup.com. Yeah. So realize, did you get that, Ron?
Well, I'm trying to keep up here. The first one was
kbvisionvideo.com.
Yeah, kbvisionvideos.com and kbvisionintro, INTRO.com.
Okay, and that last one you mentioned, what was that again?
Lloyd Merrifield site he built for us, myhelpinghandup.com. It's similar to the kbvisionintro.com, but not exact to it. It's trying to make it streamlined process for us.
All right,
hey, you guys, just real quick, the marketing site that we have coming will give the sponsor the ability to, when somebody calls a counsel in a question, to be able to look in their back office and see whether they've watched the videos, how much of the time they've spent on that. They'll be able to get a comprehensive look at the involvement of each rep into their own business. And that way you can counsel somebody, hey, look, you question about the comp plan, but here's what you want to do, knowing that they've only watched 2 minutes of the comp plan. I would suggest that you watch the comp plan video here that we have produced, and that way they can ask some intelligent questions after they've done the homework they need to do. Do you understand what kind of streamline that's going to do for helping somebody intelligently build a business, knowing what they have participated in, what they haven't, so that you can really help somebody build the business that they need to build?
Dan, please tell everyone the comp plan video that you're referring to.
Well, I'm talking about in a larger sense. We have one in the back office that you can, in Team 1 back office.
Right, exactly. Okay, I just didn't know if you had another one there that was going to. Fine, we know that one, Team 1, that's fine. I'm trying to cut you to some slack here so that you can get on to what you need to do. I know your time is limited, so I'm just trying to get right to the chase here. So good. Okay, so Team 1, everybody has that. Just go to your Team 1 website. It's in there. I just want to make a quick announcement is that 90% of the time, actually 99% of the time, at this point at 11:25 a.m. Eastern, 30% of the people start dropping off this call, and we've actually only had one person drop off the call, so it must be pretty interesting.
I want to ask you a question, if I could. Cindy, at 3 o'clock Eastern this afternoon, will you be doing the live video broadcast?
Cindy, you're unmuted, huh?
Yes, it's going to be. It's not going to be. It's going to be a little bit different. It's not quite a Q&A session, not quite an overview. So that there will be a broadcast, though.
Okay, cool. And just if you would just give the address out so people know where to go, because I think people really need to go there today.
www.kbgoldevents.com, kbgoldevents.com, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific.
Great job. Thanks, Cindy.
Dennis, is it 3 p.m. Eastern?
Yes.
Got it. Okay, if everybody has it, let me repeat that. Cindy Belmonte and the update today, kbgoldevents.com at 3 p.m. Eastern. Cindy, thanks a million. You're still unmuted, so thank you. Oh, no, you're not. Oh, yeah, you are. There you go. All right, anything else? We are at the bottom of the hour, so we are going to, I have no more questions on the board, so I'm going to stop that. But Cindy, for your participation, as always, and your educational stuff, thank you. Appreciate that. Dan or Joe, any closing thoughts here?
Nope. All I can say is last part. Plug in. You guys, the next 6 weeks, you're going to set the precedent for your involvement, and many of us have been distracted with other stuff. I cannot stress to you that if you have not gotten to an event, you still have time to get to one of the next 3. Not only that, but to drive traffic to those sites. And if you don't do that, you're going to miss a key opportunity to see who the man of the vision of what we have and what we have coming is. He's all in. I mean, he is putting a tremendous amount of effort and income into this business to propel it to the next stage. This is a no-hold-barred business, baby. And get people to the events. That's all I can say.
Everybody, for Boomer, Dan Girolmo, and Joe Norman, any closing thoughts?
No closing thoughts other than you just get in and get plugged in, get on a plan, because if you're not on one, you're only hurting yourself. You're not hurting me. You're not hurting anybody else but yourself. Get on a savings plan, and that way you can tell others when they ask you, well, okay, I know I should do it. Are you on a savings plan? You can say absolutely. And that will
hey, Joe, I have a quick question for you before we get to the end. Many people, including this morning, asked me this, and I have the same question. If you can see, prior to money being put on your debit card, if you have commissions, can you use those commissions without them being placed onto the debit card? Can you use those commissions to purchase gold?
No, they have to go on your card.
Have to go on the card.
But they automatically go on your card, Joe. They automatically.
Yes, I understand.
On the first yeah.
I didn't know if you could push a button and say, "Don't put it on my card. Just take these and buy gold."
No,
I just didn't know if we could.
It has to go to your card, but when you use that debit card to buy gold, your fees are way less. Way less.
Okay, well, that solves why I needed to know that. Okay, good. All right, and Boomer, sometime today when you get free, can you give me a call? I have a couple things I need to go over with you, and that would be great. So it's not urgent. I just have a few things that we need to talk about. So I'd appreciate
100%.
that.
100%.
You got it, buddy. All right, and okay, so for Dan and Joe, thank you so much for the update and getting on here. Appreciate it. And just for the record, just about a second ago, the second person left. Everybody stayed on, so we're starting to go now, but because we're done. For Dennis Steigerwald and Joe and Dan and Cindy, thank you so much for coming in. This is Joe Shoop. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
Take care now.